All right, welcome to episode 94 of my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I'm going to do my intro. So if you're irritated by my intro, fast forward 2 or 3 minutes or not. But when you go to podcasting school, they tell you, like I really went, but they do tell you in the beginning of the podcast, you should list where you can be found. So sorry if you don't like it, whatever user it was that left that comment, but that's what I will be doing. So fast forward 2 or 3 minutes or don't listen at all. It's the same to me. So you can find my FX buddies. The best thing to do would just be do an internet search, and everywhere that my FX Buddies is uploaded will come up. But I especially want to address YouTube because YouTube puts an image that appears to be a video, but it is not a video. And this may be one that you want to go to the blog to see. So, like I always instruct, oh, and YouTube, while you're listening, everything that I cover in this podcast is covered under the Fair Use Disclaimer Act. It's for sharing, critiquing, teaching, all of that. So it's covered under that. All right. Okay. I was going to say, so there's a transcript at rss.com, my FX Buddies, video content on Rumble, my FX Buddies. If you don't, but that same video is going to be on the blog. And for this one, if you want to read the entire thing, you're going to have to go to the blog. Let's see. There's one other thing. Spotify.com. Also, same thing. If you want to read the entire blog, which I'm going to explain, you have to go to the blog. Okay, I found a gem. Every now and then, I just come across something that I feel is wonderful, and today is one of those days. They have a TV show. The TV show is called Economy in a Week, or something like that, right? Because it's translated, right, from Arabic to English. Okay, so this was the title of the show. Issuing a new currency in Iraq. Implications and implementation challenges. Now, this is not from the CBI. There's no government people. It's just interesting to see. This right here is Safwan Quasi. If you ever listen to me when I read articles and I talk about Safwan Quasi, he is the economist. I'm not sure who this guy is over here, but they do list his name in the transcript when they talk to him, and this is the show co-host. All right, so this isn't going to be long because I am not about to read 46 minutes of a transcript to you guys. I'm just going to point out some parts that I liked, that I have bolded. That's my phone going off. All right, so we'll get into it. All right, so I will often watch, like here, let's see. Here's the video. Let's see what happens if I hit play. Okay. I'll watch the videos, see, with the sound off, because I like to see the images that they show. Let's see. If you watch YouTube videos, and a lot of places have them now, you can click this little gear, and it says playback speed. And I will put this up to 2, because I'm not listening to what they say anyway, because it's in Arabic. But see this? Matter of fact, let me pause this right here. So you see how I'm always saying they go to the bank and they get stacks. They get wads of cash because they need a rate change and they need to drop the 3 zeros, right? But yeah, so imagine she's taking in these dollars, right? That looks like dollars to me. And they get wads of dinar. And you can see these are the dinars that we hold. There's the 25K note. This looks like the 10K note. I'm not sure what, that's probably the 50. That's probably the 50K note. All right. So if you want to see that, guess what? I have put this video down at the very bottom of the blog. Let's see. There it is. Right there. So, all right. So, let's get into... Okay, so the very first thing that I saw that I was able to translate, and my window is still open. It's still pretty warm out here, even though it is now 8:40 p.m. Jeez Louise, this is taking forever. Okay. And I do have this enlarged for some reason. Okay, so this is a poor image. I apologize. Oh, come on. But I just, people try to test you. That's one thing about YouTube. Some people are so critical and they just want to point out every little mishap that you make. But that's okay because I come with receipts. In this transcript, YouTube did this transcript. So if you want to critique it to YouTube. This is not me. I did not make this transcript. All I did was translate it. So this image right here, see, it's bad. It's a poor image. I apologize for that, but I wanted you to know, and if you watch the video, you'll see it. So here's what it translates, which is kind of weird. It's kind of, strange, but that's what happens when you're using AI to translate Arabic to English. So it says issuing a new currency in delete the zeros of the Iraqi dinar, frequent calls and economic impacts, central bank governor. I don't know, there's some words there missing clearly. Delete draft zeros of the Iraqi currency, remain. There's a word missing. It should say standing. Remain standing. So I think maybe those were some of the bullet points he wanted to hit in the show. Maybe some, I don't know. But I do like that it says delete the zeros of the Iraqi currency, remain, and I'll correct that and put standing. All right, so here's the transcript. So look, they start off. So he says, welcome, dear viewers, to a new episode of Economy in a Week program. The talk is back again. You see that? Even they're tired of talking about it. So it says, the talk is back again about the project to remove zeros from the Iraqi dinar and also issue a new currency. This a procedure that several countries, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is on Iraq's TV tonight. Well, Saturday night. See here? It streamed live 9 hours ago. So, no questions if it was this year, last week, 2023. There it is right there. And then if you go, whenever you're watching this, if you go, it won't say 9 hours ago anymore because it will have updated, right? But at the time that I'm doing this recording, it was 9 hours ago when they aired this on Iraqi TV. All right. So I like that they're pointing out it's again. Okay. And usually they'll talk about one or the other. But in this show, they're talking about both because that's what we need. We need both. Okay. So they talked about Turkey did it, Venezuela did it. But can this project be implemented? The project to remove zeros from the Iraqi currency during currently countries usually resort to adding zeros to confront waves of inflation and rising prices during periods of wars and crises, which of course led to the erosion of the value of the currency. So there's that. And really, you should read it all. It looks like it's long. It's really not. And yes, it's not totally coherent because, again, it's AI. It's artificial intelligence translating Arabic into English. So you get what you get. So then he says, the topic of deleting zeros and issuing a new currency, we will discuss it with our guests. So they go to commercial break. Then they say, we brought in from Baghdad, Safwan Kwasi, doctor. He's a doctor. Safwan Kwasi. And he welcomes him. Then he goes on to say, welcome, doctor. The project to delete zeros from the Iraqi Umrah, is it still existing? I mean, every period we hear about this topic, but we do not see anything on the ground. So are they a little tired? Are they a little tired of talk, and not seeing action? Yes, they are. So you can read that. They talk about something with 1991. Oh, I think that's the first time. There was some other thing with Kuwait and Saddam, right? I don't know, but whatever. So there's a little bit of history, but mostly they're talking about now. They talk about the money mass that the people have in their homes. They talk about, okay, right here it says Rani cards. I believe that is the electronic payment cards. I'm not sure why it translated to Rani, but it did. But when you read it, it will kind of make sense. And then knowing what we know, we can take our background knowledge of what we know and make it make sense. But yeah. So they talk about tracking the dinar, knowing who has real dinar and who doesn't. So in my opinion, it's very interesting. And that's why I wanted to share it with whoever wants to read it. So if you watch this on YouTube and you go there and the link is not there, come back later, because as I've shared before, it used to take 20 minutes and the video would be there. Now sometimes it's taking up to 2 hours. And it's early enough in the night that I can wait. But sometimes I can't wait. So when they do finally put it through, I have to go back and update the information, the more box later. All right. But I think you will be jazzed when you read this to know that. And then watch, there won't be any articles about this. So they're having these conversations, but there won't be any articles. So that's why I believe the other, when there's, I hate to use the word gurus, the intel providers, when they say their contacts are telling them on TV, they're talking about such and such, I believe that they are. They just don't put articles out for that information because they know the world's watching. They know we're watching. They know countries are watching and waiting. They know we're watching and waiting. So they try to keep information like this, I believe, just to the citizens, just inside Iraq. So that's why I said every now and then I get a glimpse of something, and when I do, you know me, I share it with you. All right. So thank you. I'm not going to belabor this. They even talk about purchasing power. Yeah, so it's really good. All right. Thank you for listening. Accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. And until next time.